Hello, everyone. It's me again. I know that you've probably seen my face plenty at this point for this year, but I figured it's time again for me to do a bit of an update because it's been a moment since I've given you the tea. Since I've told you what's happening, what's been happening, and what better time to do that than the end of the year to reflect a little bit on the past season and tell you guys what's going to be happening going forward into the year 2024. And that's really the main structure that I want to go with here. I want to tell you guys how we feel about 2023 in terms of CSGO and all our esports in general, in terms of our content, and then I want to tell you what we're going to be doing in the year 2024 as well, so you guys know a bit of the future outlook that we're going for. Um, but yeah, to get straight into it, I think rip off the band-aid, right? I think 2023 hasn't exactly been going to our standards, to our imagination. We haven't achieved a lot of the things that we wanted to achieve, and that for us is a bit of a problem. A problem because we like trophies. We don't have any new trophies. We even lost a trophy, and that's a bit shit. But I think it's fair to say that it was absolutely deserved. I think if we look at the Czech lands or the Czech and Slovak lands that we've played, we haven't been able to chalk down any successes there, and that's certainly something that is unlike what we've done before in the years, right? We were always able to win at least one or a few tournaments, but this year simply hasn't been on par with that, and it's something that is very close to our heart and something that also goes hand in hand with the changes that we've now made to our CSGO roster, right? I think it's also fair to say that Dynamo was simply better at the lands that we played. You know, they had a huge line buff. I think one of the biggest line buffs of theirs was Anarkaz. Anarkaz, this one's to you. Please stop kicking our ass wherever you go. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Touching a little on the changes that we've made in CS, because there have been a lot of questions going around, like why these changes, why is Zetko leaving, and people being somewhat upset to a certain extent, right? And that's fair enough, because as I mentioned, it wasn't easy to have to say goodbye to Yindra and Simon, but we knew and we felt for a while that we needed to make some changes to our core. Our core has been together for the past 4 years in Beastique and Shock and Zetko, and at the end the decision fell on Yindra, who is certainly an incredible player. I don't think we need to convince you guys of that. He's been a great anchor to the team and so good for everyone's team spirit as well. But at the end of the day, we've had to make a decision, and unfortunately it did fall on him. And with now Ait coming on board, who we've had our eye on for quite some time, I don't think that's a secret. We've been trying to get him into our team for a good while, but it just never really worked out. It was always unfortunate circumstances that through which we then couldn't overcome. And couldn't really add him to the team, and now the time has come, and we're really happy that he's on board, because he's an incredible player. He's very young. He has the grit, he has the skill, and we hope that this is the change that we needed. And of course, then we have the return of one of our true OGs in Neofrag, who had a solid stint in tier 1 in the world and made the major twice, and I think with that experience on board as well, he'll be able to give a lot of that to the boys, and we'll be able to hopefully finally get us to that major, as I said, right? The dream that we all have. That of course is in exchange for Simon, which we know and feel that positionally makes a lot of sense. And it certainly never is easy to say goodbye to someone. It's a lot easier to say hello and hello back to new players than it is to have to split up a roster. But the changes needed to be made. Looking back at 23 and the performances, and we really hope that this is the roster, that this is the one that we can make that big run with. and I'm confident. I think it's a very, very strong roster, and I'm sure we'll be able to achieve some great things. I can't promise that. I never can and never will, but I think this is a huge chance for us to really make it happen. And all I can ask for is your guys' understanding and your guys' support and support of the new players. Give them all the love that you have. Give them all the love that you've shown our players always. And I think it's something that they certainly appreciate and that they need to see. You know, if you can write a comment for them on social media when a game has gone well, but also and more importantly when things didn't go quite as well. They see your comments and they really appreciate all the supportive messages that come to them. If you're an angry bettor and you want to write some shit, just don't. It only makes you look like an asshole, and it's not productive and not conducive to any sort of good environment that we want to build here, right? So, of course, I can't stop you, but maybe think about the comments that you write every now and then. That's really all I can ask for. And yeah, moving on with some of the other things that we need to talk about. Moving forward, you know, where we're going into the year 2024 only with the highest ambitions. And you guys know our ambition has always and will always be the major. We all know how difficult it is. It's not going to be easy this time around either. It's a long path, but we still want to make it. We want to make it because it's our biggest goal. It's my life dream. It's the life dream of the players, and we want to do it for you guys, the fans. We want to do it for the community to finally, hopefully, have a Czech team that takes part in the major. You know, get those sweet stickers in the game. And of course, our ambitions are also on the European stage, which I think in the year 2023 was a slow start, but we've only become better and better on the international stage, and I'm really happy the direction that we're going. We didn't make it into EPL, but that sort of over the past year and a half has unfortunately been a bit of a trend, right? Always at the last step, we fail a little bit on the mental side where the pressure gets really, really high, and it's very, very difficult to keep a cool head. And I think those cool heads were simply what cost us some of those successes in the end. And it's something they've been working on for a while, something that we're going to keep working on, something that the boys are working on very hard with their psychologists, something where we're always trying to support them and have their backs. And hopefully next year we'll be able to do more cool shit on that international stage and kick some ass, right? I think overall in esports terms, the year 23 hasn't been up to par with what we're trying to achieve, neither in League of Legends nor in CSGO and Counter-Strike 2 and in Trackmania. Which sucks, but hey, there's ups and downs. It's esports at the end of the day. It's a sport, and there's better times, there's worse times, and the year 23 simply has been more on the down low. But we're gonna kick back into gear and do better for you guys next year. Maybe turning to the positives as well. I think marketing wise, some of the content that we've put out I'm really happy with. Some of it I'm not so happy with. There's certainly lots of changes coming 24 in terms of content, but one of the biggest content pieces that we've made this year was together with Kaufland and some of the agencies together, called Fofratashka, and I'm really, really proud of what we were able to do there, because at the end of the day all of the proceeds from the Fofratashka have gone to charity. It was a big, big sum that together with our partners we were able to donate there, and it's always a great feeling to have a campaign that is so successful and brings esports more into the mainstream for us locally, and also to then be able to donate the proceeds to charity. And I'm really proud of it. It's won us some great prizes as well, some of those fun trophies that I was talking about. And we certainly want to see that we can replicate that and do something really cool again for you guys and for us and for the esports scene. And yeah, maybe moving into 2024, I'm sure you guys thought that all of the announcements are done at this point. Well, they're not. I'm here to continue with that today. I've touched a bit on League of Legends and some of the not successes that we've unfortunately had this year, some of the failures, and I think League of Legends unfortunately also didn't go as planned. Um, in terms of League, because of the lack of successes, and also because of a lot of the structural issues that we're fighting in League with the smaller leagues. I think about LEC and Worlds and all the other big leagues we don't need to talk about. League of Legends is an amazing esport. It's the esport that I started on. It's the first one that I watched. It's very close to my heart, but on the lower levels, it's very, very difficult to be able to justify it, at least from a business perspective. And that's why we've really had to make the tough decision to, for now in 24, not continue here locally with League of Legends. We have some ideas, we have some plans on what we want to do in League in 2024, hopefully, and going forward, but we're not going to be continuing Hit Point for now and focusing on the core of who we are and who I think objectively you guys see us as too, which is Counter-Strike. And that is going to be the most important thing for us to focus on. We're going back to the roots. We're going to really keep everything tight and strapped, and we're going to keep our main and academy teams in Counter-Strike, but League of Legends for now is unfortunately off for us, and I'm sure that's going to suck for a lot of you to hear, but it's a decision that we decided was best, and something where we're hopeful that maybe in 24, hopefully in 25, we'll start kicking back into it with a better structure on our side as well, and a better system in place to give you guys everything that you're looking for, some of those wins and some of those happy moments. With this, of course, I want to thank all of our players and everyone that was involved in League of Legends, right? I want to thank Worry, who's been with us since the beginning, Ordno, who's also been with us since the start of League of Legends. They've always given their best for us, and they've truly become sinners, and they're certainly fantastic people as well. I also want to thank Adis, I want to thank Rufus, I want to thank Strode, and everyone else who's been part of our league roster in the past couple of years. And I hope that all of you, of course, also find a fantastic home to chug forward in 2024. That leads me to Trackmania, which also from the side of the organizers and structurally didn't go the way that we imagined it. Unfortunately, things didn't work on the Trackmania side from the organizers, and also for us in terms of performance, but it's really a smaller part. And so we've also decided to not continue with Trackmania, because the future of the esport there is at the moment a little uncertain. We don't quite know what exactly is going to be happening and how it's going to look like. I'm sure Ubisoft and Nadeo have some plans in place, but those plans don't really align with our goals and our ambitions in Trackmania and with what we wanted to do there. What we do want to continue doing is make Trackmania tournaments and do it for the community, because the Trackmania community is fantastic. They're all very wholesome and great people, and I hope that we can work together there with some of the organizers on the local scene to maybe help them out with some space at the office, as we've done with Checkmasters, and that's certainly the big goal there. So we're not completely exiting Trackmania, we're only exiting really the strictly esports team part of it, but we want to be involved in the community and really give that community a chance to show itself too. And then that finally leads me to also thank Kappa and Tween, who were so fun and such fantastic human beings. It was always great talking to them and having a couple of beers with Kappa especially, who was a big fan of beer, and I think we all at Sinners share that passion with him. And yeah, thanks the boys for becoming Sinners over the past year and a half-ish, and for giving it their all, and for being true legends. And I wish them nothing but the best in whatever path they decide to take going forward. And yeah, and then in terms of content in 24, as I've said, some of the content in 23 has been fun to make and good. Other content was not really that great for you guys and for us to make either, and we really decided to take a bit of a different approach to content in 24. I don't want to spoil you with details for now, but I can promise you that some of the stuff we have planned is gonna be really fun for you guys to watch and for us to produce too. And I'm super excited for where the next year takes us in that. I think you'll see on social media exactly what we're planning there. I think there's a lot of YouTube stuff we're going to do, a lot of stuff for TikTok, and of course always bringing the Twitter banter, which I think has been off the rails towards the end of the year. There's been a lot of poking at Dynamo and some of the other teams, but that's who we are, right? We like to make fun of others, fun of ourselves, and like to always keep that rivalry going. And I think sometimes it looks toxic, and sometimes it looks really mean, but believe you me that behind the scenes we're all good, and we're going to keep doing what we do. We're going to keep making memes. We're going to keep making fun of everyone, and I know that you guys enjoy that, and we certainly do too. And yeah, I think this video is already a little longer than I wanted it to be. I've been ranting, but overall I just want to really thank all of you guys. Thank you guys, the fans. Thank all of our competitors for being incredible in 2023. And without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do it. And I'm really happy with the direction that we're going here in CZSK. I think over the past few years we've seen so much progress in the way that everyone plays on the server, behaves off the server, and I'm sure we're going to be able to make more and more strides to really bring our region to the top of to the top, or at least the forefront of Europe, so that we're visible and people know that we're serious and we're here to stay. And yeah, with that thanking of the fans, thanks to our partners, thanks to everyone at Sinners internally, thanks to the community, and thanks to everyone in esports for this past year. I'm excited for 2024. I can't wait to kick back into gear once the holiday season is over. We're all tired, we're all exhausted, we're happy and ready to go into taking a break for the next 2 weeks, and then really kick it back in 2024. And I wish you guys happy holidays. I hope you all enjoy it with your families, with some good food, a little too much beer or a little too much wine, or whatever floats your boat. And yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait. And I wish you guys a good one. Peace.